Let's take a look at your forecast now. It's been a pleasantly warm September day.
And it doesn't feel like it, but fall is on the way. Meteorologist Scott Larson joining us now with a look ahead. Scott?
Yeah, we've had some very warm temperatures out there, and that continues through most of the 8-day forecast. Our current temperature in Grand Rapids at 80 degrees with a weak wind from the south, now at 5 miles per hour. One of those signposts that we look for as far as that transition into fall, though. We have our sunset happening at 8 o'clock this evening, so we are going to have the days continue to become shorter as we move forward through the fall, and we should expect to see our amount of daylight also be reduced. In fact, since the summer solstice back in June, we've had later sunrise times. Today, it's an hour and 14 minutes later than on the summer solstice, and also earlier sunset times, currently an hour and 26 minutes earlier than it was back in June. We've had a net loss of daylight of 2 hours and 40 minutes total, so a pretty large difference when you add it all up. And as we continue forward into October and November, you can see that eventually we'll only be down to about 9 hours of daylight by the time that we reach the winter solstice. A couple of other mile markers along the way. At 7 o'clock in the evening on October 14th, we'll have sunset. We also have daylight saving time coming to an end on November 3rd, when we'll have sunset occurring at 5:31. So even, again, though it doesn't feel much like fall out there, especially with the kind of temperatures that we have here in the forecast, a long string of highs in the 80s, well, it's definitely going to look and feel a little bit more like it with the reduction in the daylight and also the trees changing colors. But there's a look at our high temperatures as we go through the next 8 days, likely to hold steady in the lower to middle 80s. And it looks like the peak of the heat still coming on Thursday with a high temperature of 88 expected in Grand Rapids.